Hey folks, Connor from Nice Wheels here, and today we're going to give you an updated review on Stromer's 2018 ST1 Platinum. So in this review, we'll go through all of the specs on the bike. We'll talk about some of the changes that they've made to this model from previous model years, and most importantly, we'll talk about how it rides. So the ST1 Platinum uses the tried and true gearless direct drive hub motor, nominally rated at 500 watts, probably going to peak somewhere in the 700s, probably right around 750. And that motor will take you up to speeds of about 27 to 28 miles per hour. So this is a class 3 speed pedelec. Now you have a couple different battery options on this bike. The stock option would be the 522 watt-hour battery, which will get you a pretty solid range between 20 and maybe as much as 40 miles at the very most. That's being pretty generous on the pedal assist. But you also have the option to upgrade to Stromer's newer 630 watt-hour battery, and that's going to give you quite a bit more range, probably more like 30 to 50 miles at the most if you're on the lower pedal assist settings. So if you are going to be using this bike for longer trips, there are options available for you. So coming down to the drivetrain on the ST1 Platinum, they've kind of learned from the past in their bikes, and more and more e-bike companies are starting to understand that you really don't need that many gears on an electric bike, especially one that has this much power and speed to it. So they've gone with the simple 9-speed drivetrain. You have Shimano Sora as your group set here in your rear derailleur. So it's going to be nice and simple, no front derailleurs to mess around with. And back here you also have your torque sensor plate, and that's going to be the mechanism that provides really smooth and fluid pedal assist, just very intuitive to ride, and is one of the reasons why the ST1 Platinum has continued to come back year after year. Some other nice features that are included with this year's ST1 Platinum used to actually be things you'd have to purchase in addition to the bike. So now they all come stock with the City Kit already installed on there. So that's front and rear alloy fenders, so they're going to be real solid, not going to be rattling around. It does come with the integrated light set as well that runs off of the main battery. And you also have a suspension fork up front, which is going to do a lot for dampening the vibration in the roads, and it is adjustable for lockout, so if you're mainly going to be using it on road, you can make it a little bit stiffer to be more efficient on the roads and maintain that speed a bit easier. But if you're going for pure comfort, you can open up that suspension up and you're going to have plenty of travel. Stromer has also transitioned their brake setup to these Tektro Dorado hydraulic disc brakes. So that's going to give you 180 millimeter rotors on the front and rear of the bike, and some nice comfortable long levers here that are going to be able to get quite a few fingers around, give you plenty of leverage to get the stopping power you need on a high-speed bike like this. So the ST1 Platinum's display is mounted on the handlebars. You have access to your plus and minus buttons right over here, and that's going to be able to swap through your 4 pedal assist settings. So you have power on the top end to reach high speed. You have Tour, which is also going to get you to that high speed, but not use as much energy in the battery to get your acceleration up. So definitely something that's good for long rides. You have your city mode, which is great if you're in a stop and go kind of environment where it does give you a little bit more torque on the start, but won't top out at that 27 miles an hour. And then you have your eco mode if you're just trying to save the most battery possible. That's the mode you want to be in. And then if you tap the power button, you can kind of toggle through a couple of different stats. You have average speed, your distance odometer miles, your time, and then your speed as well. So you can toggle through a couple different things. It even has your battery percentage on the bottom and back to what mode you're in. So a couple different readouts which are all accessible with this button here. So the ride of the ST1 Platinum is one that I'm very familiar with. I've put in a lot of miles on this bike in the previous model years, and even with so many new e-bikes coming out year to year and new technology and advancements, very few things feel as fun to ride as the simple hub motor with a torque sensor setup that Stromer is known for using. Even down to their entry-level bike, it still feels like a premium riding experience and still gives you the performance and value that you would expect out of a bike at this price range. The Schwalbe Big Bend tires are always a classic on a speed pedelec bike, just to provide the most comfort as well as flat protection on there. And combining that with the suspension fork that the bike now includes really adds a ton of value and a lot of comfort to the ride. Going to make those long trips in the saddle very easy to work with. Stromer's also done a great job of fine-tuning some of the touch points on the bike, like adding some nicer ergon grips, a nice ergon saddle that's branded with the Stromer logo on it, as well as some nicer pedals that are included with this bike compared to the previous model years. Overall, if you're looking for something high speed but not quite wanting to dive into the higher priced connected bikes that Stromer offers, the ST1 Platinum is a great way to get that riding experience, but with a fraction of the cost. You can be assured that when you get an ST1 Platinum that you're getting something that's been tested and tried in the real world for quite a few years now. We've been selling this bike since its release in 2014, and it's been far and away our most popular and best-selling e-bike that we've carried. Overall, it's a bike that's low maintenance, easy to service, reliable, and a lot of fun to ride. Thanks so much for watching our review of the ST1 Platinum. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as turn on those notifications to let you know when we release new videos.